That feeling of freedom after you make an exit, it's a trap. It was a crucial mistake that almost every successful professional makes next. First, congrats, you made it. You've achieved something big, but you might be asking, what now? Because you have the talent, you have the drive, but the clear structure, that team, maybe even the consistent income that you built is gone. And the feeling isn't exactly the freedom you imagined, is it? It's more like limbo, feeling of waking up to an open calendar but a cluttered mind. It's not freedom, it's a cage with invisible bars. You may scroll through LinkedIn looking at jobs you know you don't want. You have a dozen half started business ideas in a notebook, but no clear first step. So that's not freedom. Uh, it is that cage. And I know this feeling intimately. After my own exit, I thought I had the perfect plan. I was going back to school. It seemed like the logical next step, get the degree, boost my credibility, secure my future. And I felt like I needed it. The exit doesn't start when you accept a great offer or submit your notice. It starts when you first see the off ramp creeping over the horizon towards you. And so, as my exit approached, I was at a fork in the road. Path A was a sensible one: get another degree, get another high paying job, put on a new set of golden handcuffs. But think about path B. You can cut your soul searching or at least make some good money as you travel the world, vegetate in your fancy apartment, and enjoy all the well earned celebration of success. So, path B was terrifyingly unclear, but it held the promise of real freedom. Most people choose path A, and I started to, but I realized that by playing it safe, I stood to lose the one thing I'd worked so hard for: my autonomy. I was about to lose time, lose impact, and trade my hard won freedom for a predictable and uninspired future. My exit journey started the day when I realized it was worth sticking around at the startup I was working at for my stock options to vest. It was always the upside, the reason for tolerating chaos and disorganization, from being paid monthly instead of bi weekly, atypical health insurance and retirement options. Uh, if you've earned your stripes in the startup grind, you probably know what I'm talking about. And I wouldn't trade it for the world. I grew, I learned a ton, and I had a lot of fun amidst the pain. And so as the quarters became years, the company, which was already public, pivoted from a scrappy startup towards acquisitions and more of a conglomerate model, and the stock really bumped up. So when my shares vested, I experienced significant freedom to begin to chart out what I wanted the rest of my life to look like. I wasn't convinced that I wanted to be a founder, so I had this multi six-figure exit, and my next move was grad school. And this is why that sensible path was almost a disaster. As I got closer to the end of that master's program, I approached the reality of taking my professional life more into my own hands. Looking at the jobs my program was pushing, I had a sinking feeling. None of them were going to lead to the kind of life or the kind of impact I'd worked so hard to achieve before even starting the master's program. I was just trading one set of golden handcuffs for another and another. This is not a pattern I wanted to create in my life. Pretty frustrating, right? Remember, success is a feeling, not an external status or a material concept. So assets are important, but don't let misleading ideas make you think you don't have anything to show for your talent and hard work, because you are the proof of your greatness. Okay, one quick thing. Here's why building a team and raising capital is actually the number one thing that will kill your next venture. You're ready for something new. Maybe more school is right for you. Might have a great job offer in hand. But regardless, don't let that stop you from taking your value into your own hands and offering the commercial world something great that you own. The experience of being smacked in the face with a multi six-figure windfall taught me about a powerful, invisible force that holds so many of us back: inertia. In the traditional business world, inertia is everywhere. Think about it. Striving to find or to be the perfect co founder, which often ends in more drama than progress. The constant pressure to please investors, which dilutes your vision and slows you down. The sheer weight of managing a team with all the politics and HR hurdles that come with it. For the post exit entrepreneur who values speed and direct action, this traditional model is a trap. It begs you to rinse and repeat, running the same play over and over again, but it also prevents you from using your hard won experience to move with the speed you know is possible. That's not familiar. This is a trap for the post exit professional. Because while the world tells you you're doing bigger, you're inadvertently building in the very thing that will slow you down and kill your vision. So it's not just an annoyance, it's also a fundamental inefficiency. Because while the world tells you to build bigger teams and raise more capital, you're inadvertently building in more inertia. And so for me, this inertia wasn't just in business, it was in my whole life plan. I was following a path of social norms because friends and family had done it and it seemed right. But constricting myself to the teeny expectation that were inconsistent with my actual goals was draining. Believe it or not, the first thing to suffer was my health. Eating, sleeping, exercising all took a back seat to pleasing this erroneous career direction that I committed to. So what did I do? I decided to sit back, ask quickly, fun, surrendering timelines and paths that weren't right for me allowed new, better opportunities to blossom. I learned that my unique journey was calling, and I just needed the right tools to answer. In the traditional business world, inertia is everywhere, but you can overcome it. Stop looking for a co-founder. Your most powerful partner takes no equity, has no ego, and works 24/7. The alternative is what I call the one-man army philosophy. You don't just win by being the biggest, you win by being the fastest, most adaptable, and most precise. This isn't about doing everything yourself, it's about strategically using artificial intelligence as your force multiplier. AI is your tireless co-founder, your 24/7 sales team, and your infinitely scalable support staff. So you have two choices. Hold doing, waste your time trying to find a co-founder and give up equity to investors who dilute your vision and get bogged down in team managing, or the new way, the one-man army, where you are fast, adaptable, and precise using AI as your tireless co-founder that has no equity and has no ego. This core belief is your antidote to thoughts like I don't have enough time to do it all. It's too expensive to run an enterprise. It's too difficult. I don't have the right knowledge or skill or connection. All of that is nonsense. Let me show you why. Here's a secret no one tells you. The belief that you need a co-founder and a big team is not a prerequisite for success. It's the hidden problem. It's the very thing that introduces the inertia that will kill your venture before it even starts. In today's world, don't win by having the biggest team. You win by being the fastest, the most adaptable, and the most precise. Your one man army isn't about doing everything yourself. It's about strategically using artificial intelligence as your force multiplier. AI is your tireless, ego free co founder. It is your 24/7 sales team. It is your infinitely scalable support staff. And this is how you win leanness, speed, and intelligent automation. So you're trying to build a $1 zillion business on a $10 battery. Let's fix that. To build your one-man army, you need a blueprint. My framework is three pillars of post-exit pivots: power, your path, and your people. Let's think about power. Before we amplify everything through automation, before we build an autonomous system that handles everything from client onboarding to support, and to be truly leverage and achieve disproportionate results without scaling your personal workload, you have to charge a battery. So do you meditate? Can you brush away many of your so-called problems like unloaded crisp leads in the fall? Are you mobile and flexible? These two are distinct. And I mean both physically and mentally. How can you expect to work hard if your mind and body break down on you before the sun even sets? It's also about taking stock. Have you actually reflected on how awesome you are? When high achievers like us go out into the world, we are constantly, subliminally, and sometimes overtly asked to shrink ourselves. There is a latent expectation that we feel bad about shining our light so that others can continue on in chaos and mediocrity without flip. We can't have that if we want to lead the peaceful lives that we deserve. So first, get in better shape, eat and drink correctly, and breathe. Really, this takes 90 minutes to make a difference from being there. Drink some water, like ASAP. Inhale till your belly feels tight. Exhale till your navel is just fine. That's a start. Let's continue. Honestly, you know what it feels like to feel good. Not to feel pleasure. A donut gives you pleasure. When I say feel good, I mean the deeper, lasting, whole body knowing that you're using yourself to your highest effect. If you're encountering a major exit, then you must know what it's landing a great deal, delivering top-notch results. You want more of that. We want it not on the crutches of a cushy office or an exceptionally motivating boss or investor. Instead, derive it from within. Other people are important, but don't worry about that now. You're not even ready to do right by them yet until you're grounded in your ever-growing power. Once you have the clarity on the behemoth of productivity and progress that you are, then you can move to the next sphere of your transformation. To unlock the real power of AI, you need to start with this 5,000-year-old technology. Once your personal power is unlocked, you move to your next sphere, the path. This is about crafting your predictable strategy. Now, here's some secret sauce. Part that sounds completely backward, but it makes all the difference. The secret sauce is what I call a handwritten protocol for AI and business automation, aka back of the napkin fit. In a world rushing to automate, you pause. Before you touch a keyboard, pick up a pen. Why? Because if your thinking isn't crystal clear, AI will just automate your chaos faster. The protocol is you, with a pen and paper, sketching out the blueprint of your business, drawing the flow charts that are the customer journey. This simple act forces a deep, intuitive clarity and makes your AI prompts infinitely more effective. The destination is easy. I know what you want, customers and income. The question is, how do you? If you are still watching, you're interested in independence and autonomy as a foundation of your future success. This is about crafting a predictable strategy. No more guessing. You can use AI to precisely identify your ideal clients, map their journey, and automate the entire lead generation flow. This creates a consistent stream of opportunities so you can focus on closing, not chasing. Now let's address the elephant in the room. You've probably seen the AI generated sales emails that feel robotic and soulless, and you're right to be skeptical. Because most people are using it wrong. They're automating chaos. My handwritten method ensures that you automate human insight, not just words on a page. Think of it this way. Asking AI to build your business strategy without a deep human thought is like an architect giving a master mason a pile of stone without a blueprint. The mason can shape and stack the bricks perfectly square, but it won't be precisely what you want it. The handwritten method is you, the grand architect of your AI, drawing the blueprint before the AI master mason ever touches a twig or a stone. In a world rushing to automate, you pause. Before you touch a keyboard, before you prompt an AI, pick up a pen, like me right now, pick up a pen and get something to write on. Why? Because I learned the hard way that if your thinking isn't crystal clear, AI will simply automate the existing chaos faster. It will accelerate you in the wrong direction. The act of handwriting forces deep, intuitive human insight. Handwriting forces clarity. You have to distill your strategy and uncover nuances that you just wouldn't spend your time laying straight. It allows you to calmly assess what is happening before stepping into an AI frenzy. As you bounce from tool to tool, your handwritten guide keeps it all in order. Clarity in planning ensures quality inputs. Your specificity in laying out your plan, whether simple or complex, makes it traceable so that you're not just dumping your monkey mind into ChatGPT, garbage in, garbage out, as they say. Let's serve your system the best. This creates compelling output. By grounding your AI in this deep human reflection, the automated outputs aren't just efficient, they're impactful, personally resonant, and externally persuasive. Before you ask an AI to analyze a market, build your offer, or write a sales email, you first handwrite the core message, the emotional trigger. but one thing that you want the output of your system to be or do. Business is both logical and emotional. AI can reason within defined constraints. We know that. But given the liberty to just make one wrong assumption, it will, just to give you the output it thinks you'd find useful. Thus, a simple act of using your human capacity to add feeling and empathy to your inputs makes an AI prompt infinitely more effective. It can be the difference between generating noise and crafting a message that converts. It's time to turn your AI from a fun toy into a money-making machine that runs while you sleep. In any modern field of business, it's basic to command two types of AI: generative AI and agentic AI. Generative AI is probably what you know because it creates things, text, image, code. It's great for drafting that first email or social media post. But the real power comes from agentic AI. This is AI that acts. It makes decisions and executes tasks for you. It manages your sales pipeline reporting. It attempts to understand context and intent, and it follows up with prospects. It can even deliver your services. Generative AI takes the tasks you feed into agentic AI and create the message. Agentic AI seeks the tasks, destination, and delivers content and commands on your behalf, running in the background. Are you ready to stop feeling stuck in limbo and start building predictable, profitable ventures that give you real autonomy? It's time to get your steps in order. This is about building your AI confidence and commanding your own digital workforce. It's where you learn to train and deploy custom GPTs and integrate AI tools so they become your expert assistants, researching markets, drafting sales copy, and executing tasks without complaint. Once you've maximized your preparation to go out into the world and give value and get specific directed help, you bring in the third sphere: other people. This isn't about hiring. Now that you're in better shape and you know where you're going, let's pick up the other people needed to get there. The only other person you need is your lead who will become a client. Everyone else is extra. So you already achieved at least one major success. Question is, how many more days are you going to let pass before you start building the next one on your own terms? Every day that you wait is a day that you're leaving your autonomy and your income in someone else's hands. Are you ready to take control today? This is where we combine generative AI, which creates content, with agentic AI, which executes tasks to bring value to others. This is your automated system for lead flow, client onboarding, even service delivery. People are simple. Again, it's not about hiring a team. It's about attracting the right people, your ideal clients, because your system is built with clarity and purpose. So, where do you go from here? If any of this resonates with you and you want to explore these ideas with other post exit professionals, I run a free community and it's the best place to start. But if you know you're ready to build your one man army now or move fast, my casual coaching offer is free. Check the link in my bio or the description to learn more about both. Or if you just want to cut to the chase, send me a message with the word pivot. Let's get you out of limbo and back to build.